Severe thunderstorms breaking out into parts of central Kentucky. Just ahead, we'll put a track on them with live First Alert Defender.
Thousands of fans will invade Indy this weekend. I'm Amber Philpott outside Lucas Oil Stadium, and how Metro Police are hoping to keep an eye on all of those fans.
Firefighters have been busy battling forest fires the last couple of days. Coming up, we'll take you to Knox County, where crews say the fire may have been set intentionally.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening. Heavy rain just coming down the last 10 minutes here on WKYT on Winchester Road. Also a lot of thunder this afternoon. Of course, dealing with the first round of spring storms. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect for many parts of the state.
And that's why this is a First Alert Severe Weather Day here at WKYT. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, who is tracking the storms on First Alert Defender. Chris?
Yeah, guys, wanted to give you a live look at Defender outside in the storm as of now. And the worst of it blew through here about 5 minutes or so ago. Winds approximately 40 miles per hour of some of those gusts. And what we're seeing now, heavy rain falling out here behind the station, and that's all over the east side of Fayette County. But those winds are now coming down just a little bit compared to what we were seeing about 5 minutes or so ago. Severe thunderstorm watch is out for all the counties that are shaded in yellow. Damaging winds, large hail, the primary threats. But as of now, we have no severe thunderstorm warnings anywhere along this line in Kentucky. So that is certainly good news. So it's strong, not technically severe, that we're seeing out there now. Here's the leading edge of this line of thunderstorms that is right on top of the station here, blowing across the southern and eastern parts of Fayette County. That's where you're getting those winds to spike up quickly to 40 miles per hour, right on top of the Richmond Road area down toward Jacobson Park. That extends into Hamburg Pavilion. We're not too far away from there. That will be heading into Winchester. It is into parts of Bourbon County now. Paris down into the south side of Bourbon County, continuing to get those gusty winds. That broken line weakening a little bit the farther north that we go toward the Maysville area, but overall that line is now racing its way quickly toward the east and in weakening fashion compared to what we were seeing a little bit ago. We're going to continue to watch western Kentucky and parts of Missouri for additional showers and thunderstorms to go up. Now, over the next 24 hours, whatever develops out there, we're going to continue to watch for the potential for some high winds and some hail. The overall tornado threat is very low, at least in the short term. We'll see what tomorrow offers. But here's the setup with that severe potential right on through the day tomorrow for most of the Ohio Valley. That includes all of Kentucky. Guys, I'll come back in just a little bit and we'll track you through the next 24 hours, show you what else is out there. That's in about 10 minutes from now.
We'll see you then, Chris. It's a Final Four rematch. The anticipation is building as Kentucky prepares to take on Wisconsin in the Final Four.
And I believe we will check over now with Lee Kay having some satellite problems and issues with the weather with going back to Indianapolis. So, Lee Kay, we're really glad you're here.
Hey, you know what? I thought it would be bad to not be in Indy this weekend. I'm glad to be here as well. Well, like you said, the Cats, they do face Wisconsin in the Final Four last year, and the Badgers, they'll face them again coming up this Saturday night. Now, both teams are loaded with a lot of talent. Kentucky, of course, has more depth than the Badgers have. The teams are similar in some ways to last season, and big man Frank Kaminsky said on the podium this afternoon, having played the Cats last season helps.
It's definitely not easy, but it makes it a little bit easier having seen opponents because you get to see their sets. You know, from a year ago, you have a scouting report that's just a year old, so it's not going to be easy. But you know, Kentucky's a really good team, and we're going to have to prepare as well as possible for them. We know that they're different from last year, but so are we. So it's going to be a good game.
Just a road that everybody's gone through to get here, especially at the beginning of the season when, you know, they said that this is going to be the people in the Final Four. And it's just crazy that it's really those are the people in the Final Four now. But, I mean, just a great respect for, you know, each one of these players up here and their teams.
Okay, ball, stand by.
All right, it will be Kentucky against Wisconsin, Final Four. And it'll be on TBS and TNT for the team cast coming up Saturday night. I thought both Willie Cauley-Stein and Frank Kaminsky did a great job today up there representing their teams. They got the most questions.
Absolutely, they did.
The most interest in that.
Two good kids and two great basketball players, that's
right.
for sure. Well, this city is ramping up for a big blue explosion come this weekend, and thousands of UK fans will make their way here to Lucas Oil here in Indy. And to keep everyone safe, the police in this area, they've really put in an extra effort to make sure that security is tip-top for everyone that's coming, so they'll all be safe. Indianapolis Metro Police just want everyone to enjoy and behave themselves downtown this weekend. Plenty of eyes will be watching at this security hub at the corner of Pennsylvania and Georgia Street.
For all intents and purposes, kind of the brains of the whole operation.
Soon this room will be packed with people keeping a close eye on all the happenings around downtown, Lucas Oil Stadium and White River State Park, the host for the NCAA March Madness Music Festival.
It's a free event, so it's important to us. Obviously, the security posture there is a little bit more than it would be inside the stadium because you have to have a ticket to get in the stadium.
Indy Metro Police say Turner Broadcasting will also set up 14 cameras of its own with all of their feeds going right to the command center. But watching the crowds isn't their only concern.
In the month of April, weather seems to be more of an issue. Typically, severe weather. So we've got this year for the Final Four, something we didn't do in 2010 is we've got the National Weather Service embedded with us.
You may remember just 3.5 years ago, a wind gust toppled the stage during the Sugarland concert at the Indiana State Fair. 7 died, dozens more injured. Just one more reason why keeping weather aware is important during Final Four weekend.
I think that's always in the back of people's mind when you're building large stages and all this stuff. But I also think the process now is much more rigorous as far as inspections go.
Just a reminder, if you are coming here to Lucas Oil, plastic bags will be allowed. We want you to check WKYT.com. We've got something up there so you can see what you can and cannot bring in here. And if you are driving to Indy and you're wondering about parking, I talked to the city and they tell me they've brought in additional taxis, and there's also 70,000 street side parking areas available for you. So it's going to be busy. Pack a little patience and bring a lot of fun with you when you get here to Indy. You've got more coming up in sports, right?
That's right. Brian Milam is going to join me. We will hear more from Willie Cauley-Stein, who I think is really excited now to get his chance to play in the Final Four this year. He'll talk about defense.
He wants that one, doesn't he? All right, that is the story from here in Indy. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Amber and Rob.
The battle against wildfires continued today. Firefighters have been busy all week putting out flames, and while some of the fires, we're told, were fueled by the dry, gusty conditions, some were set intentionally. Our Phil Pendleton is in Knox County, where firefighters broke out their secret weapon to help track down arsonists.
The fire is out on the hillside off Arkell Road in Knox County, and now the cleanup work is underway, trying to bulldoze tall grass, which quickly catches on and spreads like, well, wildfire.
This here is a woods fire today. It's up on top of a strip job, but now the last two that I have been on they have actually been some homes that have been in danger.
No homes were harmed, but firefighters with the State Division of Forestry say they've been working nearly non-stop to stay on top of it.
8 o'clock in the morning till midnight, then it's right back up again.
Smith says he believes arsonists are to blame.
We have a couple people in mind, So other than that, we've not got any leads right now, but we've got, we've got a lot of people in mind.
These fires can move very quickly. The fires were started on this side of the roadway, but then with a little bit of wind, the fire moved across the roadway, jumped the railroad tracks, and then went up into the hills, quickly burning everything in its path.
It's been fire after fire after fire.
Forestry officials do have a new weapon in their battle, a dog by the name of Magic, who just on Tuesday was able to track a fire starter. Magic traced a scent for some tools to the suspect and still found him, despite that person leaving in a vehicle. That was a little bit of good news.
But once it drives back out, it's going to be the same story. It's going to be the same routine. I mean, there are going to be people out lighting them.
Several extremely long and tiresome days when it seems good news is hard to find. In Knox County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And as for the man responsible for Tuesday's fire, he was not charged, but he was billed for starting the fire.
An update tonight about a story we told you about yesterday at 6. A man accused of breaking into a church is now behind bars. Deputies arrested Michael Lee Lakes last night. They say he broke into the Union City Christian Church and a car in the parking lot last week. Lee is charged with theft by unlawful taking and criminal mischief. It's a day many horse racing fans have had circled on their calendars for months. The races begin for Keeneland's spring meet tomorrow. And as WKYT's Hillary Thornton found out, officials are still expecting a huge crowd despite the rainy forecast.
Last-minute preparations are underway here inside an already rainy Keeneland for opening day tomorrow. However, despite that less than ideal forecast, track officials say they are still expecting a very large crowd here to kick off this year's spring meet. With rain moving into the area,
we're very excited about opening day.
Those around Keeneland are not worried about the now soaked track with more rain on the way. Expecting a crowd of around 15,000 to brave tomorrow's wet weather.
It will probably dampen a little bit, but with the weekend and the great racing that we have, tomorrow is also College Scholarship Day, so that always brings out a big crowd regardless of what the weather is.
With rainy forecasts being just about as much of a staple at the track as mint juleps and winning tickets, Keeneland officials say they have plans in place that include both constantly monitoring the situation and constant communication.
No different than any typical spring or fall in Kentucky. We're prepared for anything. Racing will still go on, and as long as everybody's safe and having a good time, that's all that matters to us. We have a critical incident plan that we keep in place and we update on a very regular basis, and we train all of our employees to that to make sure that patrons are safe.
The gates here at Keeneland open at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Track officials are expecting a big turnout with both the Central Bank Ashland Stakes and the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes scheduled for Saturday.
Hey, Lexington business is getting in on the Final Four craziness. Last weekend, we told you how Whole Foods started selling burning couch cakes in honor of the Cats' historic season.
But as it turns out, those cakes are now in high demand. Employees are busy restocking the shelves to keep up with the demand. So far, more than 100 orders have been filled since last weekend.
We've had people request to have them shipped to Seattle, to California. We've had a woman that just left a little bit ago whose daughter saw it on Facebook in Pennsylvania.
The cakes sell for $19.99. They're so popular, Whole Foods in Louisville is selling them for UK fans there.